Hi, Aslam class. Welcome to your first history lesson this half term. Today's date is the 24th of February, 2021. So you probably already know what we're doing in history this year, this half term. If you've been doing your science, your English work, we've linked that in with our topic. So today's history lesson is kind of like a cold task. It's all about what you already know about the topic that we are doing. So just to go over, and you should see the screen. So what do you think we are studying this half term? Well, you should already know this. We are obviously looking at the ancient Egyptians. So these are some things that we can see in from the ancient Egyptians, which they've kind of left behind. So this is called hieroglyphics, and hieroglyphics is a form of writing, written language that the Egyptians used. Now they didn't use words like letters like we do. They actually represented letters with a series of pictures, and you can see here in this image, they had to, this has been carved out of sandstone. So, some of you may complain when you have to do writing in English and we expect you to write a story or do some planning or whatever. Think about the ancient Egyptians. It wasn't as easy for them when they had to write. They obviously had to use hammer and chisel to write. So you should be grateful that when we ask you to write, you're able to use a pen or a pencil. You can see more hieroglyphics in this sort of artwork as well. If you went to ancient Egypt and you went into a temple or you went into a pyramid or a tomb, you would see lots of these images. They like to tell stories with pictures, and you can see here that they obviously had beliefs in gods as well. And all these animals, sort of humans with animal heads, are the different types of gods. Anubis being one of the famous ones, and here is Ra. So and Ra obviously was the main god of the Egyptians. Here we've got the pyramids of Giza, and we've got the Sphinx. The Sphinx was a large sort of cat-like statue made out of sandstone, and the pyramids there as well. You can see all different types and different sizes of pyramids. To think that these were built over 4,000, 5,000 years ago, it's very impressive how they were able to build these monuments without today's modern technology. People have always wondered how they actually managed to build these types of things, which makes the ancient Egyptians a very intriguing group or civilization to look at, because some of the stuff that they did was just look at this. I mean, it's amazing how they were able to create these things without today's modern technology, but they managed it. Also, we've got these are called sarcophaguses, or a sarcophagus, and it's another name for a coffin. But the sarcophagus would have a mask of the person inside of it, and they would decorate it with all these images that you can see here. And inside the sarcophagus would be the mummified remains of whoever it is in there. So that's a sarcophagus. And here we've got a picture of the River Nile and some sort of old abandoned sort of ruins from ancient Egypt times as well. The River Nile was very important in ancient Egypt time. It's still important today, but the River Nile was a great source of food because of the animals and live in the water. You then had it was great for vegetation, because every now and again, every year the River Nile would burst its banks, it would flood, and all the areas around it would make the ground fertile, meaning that things could grow there, which is why you get a lot of grassland around the River Nile. And they even adapted it, so they actually dug trenches so they had a constant supply as well later on. It was also good for transporting materials up and down, and because the River Nile goes all the way through Egypt, so it was like a main motorway for people to use. So that's just a bit of information from me. But what you're going to do is obviously complete your cold task today, and you're going to write about ancient Egypt and write down what you would like to find out about ancient Egypt as well. You may know a great deal already, you may not know as much, but just write down as much as you can and post it up onto Tapestry. You can use this template to help you if you want to. This is on the Teams website. If you go to Teams and go to our resources for remote learning, this is on this week. So you go to the folder that says week beginning the 22nd of February, and you there's a file there that says Wednesday the 24th history lesson, and this is on there. Download a copy and then you can use it at home. Also on that same page is a knowledge organizer for our new topic, ancient Egypt. So again, you can download this from the same place in Teams, and it just gives you a bit of information that you may want to use for your work today. We've got the keywords going down the side. These keywords you probably would have seen already, some that you may not have. So the likes of Tutankhamun, Valley, trebuchets, scarab, mummification. These are new words that you may want to look for yourself. Now, there's an interesting fact. More than 90% of Egypt consists of desert area. Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? Most of it is a desert. But you can see here, this is the hierarchy within the ancient Egypt life. So that's how the system works. So here you had at the bottom, you had slaves and laborers, and then above them in society were craftsmen. But then above them, you had officials, and then above them, you had the priests, and then it goes up to the pharaoh who was sitting right at the top. So there we go. Have a read through the knowledge organizer. It is in the Teams website as well, on the Teams page. So have a look at that. That's your sort of history lesson over today. It was all about the cold task. Write down as much as you know about ancient Egypt, and then post your work up onto Tapestry. If you have any questions that you do want to find out and you would like to use the internet, or if you've got any books at home that you want to use to try and find out the answers to your questions that you may ask, then please feel free to do that as well. All right then, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Good luck with today's work. And remember, if you've got any questions, I am on Teams and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. All right then, guys, bye.